Welcome everyone. We made it. I wasn't sure if it was going to happen, but we're here. We're here at the substation of the undersea layer project. And I think I have P Chops on the line. I'm not sure. We'll see if I can work these controls and get them on here. But if you don't know who P Chops is, I have a little clip here that can help you get oriented. Thanks for being here, everyone.
Welcome back, Lair staff, to another staff meeting of the Undersea Lair project. You may be wondering a couple of things. You may be wondering, who am I? And what's going on? And that's just a normal effect of the brain wipe that you've just experienced.
This is all very normal. So we're going to get P-Chops on the horn here and see if we can't talk more about the Undersea Layer project. Mr. Chops, can you hear me? Yes, awesome. And so just to be clear, I'm not in the Undersea Layer project right now. This is a substation of the Undersea Layer project. So I'm not yet in full compliance, which is why I'm not in the Undersea Layer with you. And so, P-Chops, how are you? Oh, awesome. One second. Um, one moment. It's the undersea interference.
I'm kind of the chief talker here at the Undersea Lair project. A lot to say,
Should be coming through
um,
now.
a
Right,
lot to talk
everyone?
about.
Coming through? Yay, I
All
see.
right.
Gotta
Good. Well, I
love
just
that.
kept talking, because that's what I do. I'm the chief talker here at the Undersea Lair project.
Well, thank you for your talking, sir, and I apologize for any technical difficulties. I am but a wrinkly brain, and in the presence of such a smooth brain, I don't know how I get any of this right. Plus, it's very complicated here, lots of controls. But so I was saying, um, I'm not with you there yet in the Undersea Layer project because I'm not in full compliance. And I was wondering what compliance means to you.
Oh, well, luxury, right?
Okay.
Compliance and luxury are kind of the same thing. By complying with my every whim, that entitles you to a life of opulent luxury in our secret undersea facility that we're building deep in the ocean at the bottom of the ocean. And
Oh, yeah.
so, again, all you got to do is comply with my every whim. That's not a big deal.
And
Um,
complying with your every whim, what does that look like? What does that feel like?
Normally, it's using the comply command in chat. You're going to want to use the comply command in chat. That's my primary whim. Other than that, I'm not a whimsical guy. I don't have a lot of whims.
Not
Uh,
many whims, short on whims.
yeah, I'm a very matter of fact, down to earth. Well, I wouldn't say down to earth, but down to the abyss. I'm a perfectly rational, down to the abyss type of guy,
Sub
and
Earth,
all
even.
I want is a massive undersea complex that all of my executives can live in, and that includes you, Civic.
Me, I can be an executive too, just like you.
No, you're already an executive at the Undersea Lair project. Um, you just probably don't remember that as a result of the brain wipes that you've been going through.
Ah, I gotcha. So, forgive me if I ask some redundant questions. You may have gone over this before. I feel like possibly in a PowerPoint, if I'm remembering correctly. But what made you want to build an undersea layer?
Well, so I live on the surface of the Earth, and we all live on the surface of the Earth. It's where we were born. It's where humans have lived for millions of years, about 3 million years. And I don't know if you've noticed this, but like lately, things on the surface of the Earth are going really, really badly, like really badly.
Yeah, it's pretty bad out
And
there.
they're getting worse all the time. You've heard of that? Yeah, a lot of people have heard of that, about how badly everything is going on the surface of the Earth. So we don't want to live there. Living in orbit is impractical, for a variety of reasons, mostly because you need to have contact with the surface,
That's right.
to deal with any kind of orbital platform. But we don't have to deal with the surface at all. We've got it all figured out. We're totally self-sufficient at the layer, and we don't have to deal with any of these surface hassles that are going on right now.
And so at the bottom of the sea, I can expect luxury. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, because we are not going to skimp, on the accommodations, in the undersea layer. A lot of undersea facilities are cramped, dark, uncomfortable, and frankly smell bad. And we don't have any of those problems, with the undersea layer project. It's built for luxury. It's like a 7 or 8 star hotel, in terms of luxury.
7 or 8. And Don Darkzoni making it a little more luxurious in the channel right now. I appreciate that. I want to give people sort of a glimpse at what they can expect if they choose to comply. So let's take a look at what is in store for executives and prospective executives. Let's take a look.
And of course the green thing. Now, this is going to be 94% shark proof, so you can rest comfortably, knowing that your shark problem is going to be a 6% problem, nothing more than that. Got a big ass yacht. This is not the big ass yacht, actually. The big ass yacht doesn't fit in any photograph we try to take of it. This is just the yacht that takes you to the big ass yacht, and that takes you to our surface buoy, where you hop into a luxurine, which is a luxurious submarine, and descend to the undersea lair. It's a long trip, and that's why the luxurine is outfitted with its own open bar and every accoutrement that you could possibly want. It's going to be a luxurious ride to the undersea lair. So yeah, that's the big ass yacht. Which part of the sea? We're in an undisclosed location. Oh, we got great potato salad too. That's part of the luxury, that we're.
I love some potato salad, let me tell you.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, well, I mean, but you haven't had this potato salad, right?
oh,
Because this potato salad will make you hate all other potato salad.
ooh. Um, so yeah, before we even get to the undersea layer, we're in for like a fair amount of luxury then, right?
That's right. Even the small boat that takes you to the big ass yacht, is has got an open bar. So I mean,
Fantastic. That's luxury. So, and you don't accept just any riffraff who wander in off the sea floor, right? You're looking for executives who take part in the program, who comply. What's the first step to becoming an executive? Very first step for someone.
a very first step to becoming an executive is to follow, our Twitch channel. That makes you into an executive. So that's all it takes. We have over 1,000 executives at the Undersea Lair project, each of whom gets their own executive suite in the lair, um, and which again is 94% shark proof. So that's what it takes to become an executive. And then, of course, your brain is wiped, as a result of visiting the channel. That causes total compliance. So if you're considering whether or not to comply, you don't even have to do that. Just watch the channel. The comply command, you'll find yourself using it in chat, and you'll be fully compliant with my every whim. It's all I
And
require, really.
and the compliance comes naturally then from viewing the material. from the coursework, you might say. Um,
Yeah.
and so brain wipes, that sounds like fun, really. So let's take a look at what a brain wipe entails. I think I have a sample of that for the people here. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this, everyone. It's a brain wipe. So everyone, welcome to the substation of the Undersea Layer project. I'm here trying to connect with Pete Chops. Oh, Pete Chops, you're already there.
Yeah,
Um,
I've been
says here
here.
we've
You've been
been
here.
connected for a while, 15 minutes about.
Yeah,
Huh.
you've been here. You may not remember that because of the brain wipe. That's normal. It's a normal
Oh,
effect of the brain wipe.
we did the brainwipe clip already. Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, all right.
don't worry.
So,
Clips are as powerful as live brain wipes.
okay. Yeah, I have some notes here and it says I should be past the brainwipe. Okay, so we did the clip. Is this a reaction you deal with often? This sort of thing I'm going through?
Yeah, and that's why we have debriefing sessions where we fill people's brains back up with all the stuff that's been wiped out of it by the brain wipe. The brain wipe consisting of these audio-visual layers that are more or less ambient or glitchy. They get into your optic nerves and your ear holes, and cause full compliance. But they also sweep out a bunch of surface thinking, surface thoughts, surface attitudes, surface beliefs, surface experiences. All kinds of surface crap. And once that's cleaned out, you got to put something back in.
Sounds like
So
it's like a lot more favorable than, remembering those surface hassles and talking about surface hassles while you're undersea. Like, who wants that, right?
exactly, you'd rather just lounge around and chill
Yeah.
with other key layer executives.
So I'm not sure if all of the members of the audience remember the brainwipe clip I just played. So I feel like I should probably play another one. I think this time I'll look away so I can sort of keep this a little more on the rails than it's been up to this point. But everyone, please enjoy another brain wipe, smoothing out that brain a little. All right, so now that everyone's brains are a bit smoother, I feel like people are ready to become executives if they aren't already. I know there are quite a few executives out there, but let's talk about the Undersea Layer project and what you have there. Some of the amenities, you might say. What can we expect from being in the Undersea Layer project?
Well, I mean, living in the undersea layer, you'll have the red carpet rolled out for you. Literally, we have a lot of red carpet there. Um, Plenty of it, plenty to go around. It's velvet. It's luxurious.
Ooh.
Um, Cheese plates, a lot of cheese plates. We have a series of sub basements that have all kinds of things in it. Like we have one completely devoted to pie.
Ooh.
So there's a rotating pie case,
And that's
like you've never seen before.
the pie that you
Um,
eat, right? Not the
Pie that you eat, yes.
awesome.
Basement 314.
Remember that one.
Uh, we've got sunken conversation pits. We've got saunas. We got hot tubs. We got open bars galore. What else can I tell you?
So you have
Again, and the
sunken
potato salad.
conversation
I
pits.
need to
Oh yeah.
emphasize. Look, I mean, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I need to emphasize that this potato salad is really, really good. Now, what were you saying?
How many sunken conversation pits would you say you have at the project?
Well, so we have a bunch, but the thing about our sunken conversation pits, I mean, first of all, a sunken conversation pit is one of these mid-century modern things where it's like below the floor level.
Yes.
You have like this velvet-lined area where you can sit, and there's a bunch of throw pillows, and you can just like have a deep conversation there, right? That's the idea.
So we're
Deep
already
conversation,
under the sea and we get a little deeper
a
even.
little deeper, right? And the
Yes.
conversation gets a little deeper. And then if that's not deep enough, it goes down another level. You have to use
Ooh,
stairs to get below floor level, and you use a further set of stairs to go even further below floor level, where you can have an even deeper conversation with your
fantastic.
lair companions.
I feel like that's going to be pretty deep. I mean, yeah, especially if you're not
And
talking about surface hassles anymore. Who wants that?
that's right. There's no need to talk about surface hassles, and the open bar is right around the corner.
And so, also at the Undersea Layer project, executives take part, right? They're not just a passive member. They'll assist you. They'll assist you in brain wipes, even, right? You have executive assistants on some of these brain wipes.
We have a number of departments and divisions. For instance, the luxury division. But
Ooh,
one of our divisions is the PsyOps division. A lot going on in the PsyOps division. It has to do with, mind control and compliance and persuasion, hypnotism, things like that. And one of the departments in the PsyOps division is our AV Club.
ooh,
AV Club
nice.
is an auspicious group of individuals and entities that have contributed audiovisual layers to the neural programming, thus, ensuring that we're wiping our own brains. Kind of, it's kind of eating our own dog food, as it were.
I see AV Club in the chat there. Um, I feel like I have a clip here. If I can access my memory correctly, I feel like I have a clip here describing a few of the things that you're talking about here. I think visual aids help. Let's give them a visual aid. Let's check this out.
All right.
Over the budget. It's boring. $10 quintillion is a lot of money. We're on our way. It's going to be good. You can hang out in the sunken conversation pit. That's luxurious. But here's what I wanted to show you: is we have a fairly large organization. We have a number of divisions, and each of those divisions are departments. Very exciting stuff. I'll tell you what. I get really excited when I start talking about these organizational things. We've got the Squeaks Technology Laboratory. We are working on AI. We're working on cybernetics. Um, we have a set of global assets, both subsurface and orbital. We do have some orbital assets in our portfolio. We have the planetary persuasion ray, which is used to persuade involuntary donors to part with their cash. We've got a PsyOps division, and that's responsible. That the AV Club in our PsyOps division is responsible for all the neural programming that you've been watching and listening to. It's hypnotic. It's done in
That's a lot to digest there. It's lucky for us that you have it in PowerPoint form. I mean, it's the best way to teach anyone anything, right?
I love Microsoft Office.
Yes,
As an executive, it's got the tools that I need to communicate with my whole organization.
that is
Um,
luxury.
I'm not sponsored by them, but PowerPoint is kind of the way I think.
This is an unpaid advertisement, everyone. Okay. Um, but yes, so man, there's like a lot of different parts to your organization. You mentioned the psyops, and there's this one part that kind of stood out to me in that organizational chart is the Squeaks Technology Laboratory. You maybe talk about the Squeaks Tech Lab a little bit?
Absolutely. So the Squeaks Technology Laboratory is our sort of AI and cybernetics wing. We've got a lot going on there. Most of it has to do with squirrels. And I assure you that's not a non sequitur, because we're working with squirrels to enhance them with cybernetics and AI, to make them into a new kind of squirrel. That's important for a variety of reasons, but the big story is that we have some of the most sophisticated technology in the world. We've got large computers with lights that light up when you press them,
Ooh, yes.
and stuff like that.
Are there
Um,
like control panels? Do you get a good
oh,
control panel
tons of
out of it?
control panels and
Oh yeah.
tape drives. Big tape drive, like
Yes.
refrigerator-sized tape drives. You know what I'm talking about.
Fantastic. You need a good reel-to-reel tape drive. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm talking about top of the line stuff. I have the best scientists because, I hypnotize them, and they're compliant executives. So,
Fantastic. Yeah, let's take a look at what goes on there in the Squeaks Technology Laboratory. Let's bring the newcomers up to speed on this. Let's check it
sounds
out.
good.
But he's not a chipmunk, he's actually a squirrel, and he's being trained in our laboratories to become super intelligent and super strong. And he's going to be augmented with a set of technologies that assist him in doing this. So, as he completes simple tasks, we're monitoring him and feeding him a constant stream of genetically engineered peanuts that make him smarter. Every time he does one of these tasks, he's smarter not because he's learned how to do the task. He's smarter because he's eaten more of these genetically engineered peanuts. We put the tasks there just, for our own amusement. But he's really becoming smarter just by eating the peanuts. Something he doesn't realize yet, but once he figures it out, he's going to resent it and he'll need years of therapy to get over his relationship with us. So at first, he is, simply navigating a maze or pressing a lever that gives him another genetically engineered peanut. But the next day, he's reading the great works of literature. The next following day, he's mastered chess at the grandmaster level, and a couple of days later, he's doing advanced research in particle physics and angling for the Nobel Prize, which we think he's likely to get after we're done with him. Now, why are we making him so smart? That's a good question. We're too dumb to answer that question, and you'd have to ask Squeaks.
He answers the questions himself. It's amazing. So, what came first, Squeaks or the laboratory?
Well, we had the laboratory first.
Okay.
We have built up AI capacity over a long period of time, and when we discovered the Squeaks people, we thought this is a match made in heaven. Wiped their brains, total compliance, and now we've got the Squeaks Technology Laboratory.
Sounds like you really have this figured out. But that's not the only animal life in the undersea layer project. I've I've heard something about chickens. It looks like you have some chickens there with you. Is that right?
I do, yeah. We have a lot of chickens. I'm not gonna lie. We got a bunch of chickens. They're purple.
Purple
Um,
chickens.
yeah,
How
tons
did
of
you
them.
get them to be purple?
So we didn't really get them to be purple. So we were doing cloning experiments in an early incarnation of the Squeaks Technology Laboratory, and they kind of went off the rails. We got purple eggs out of them, and those purple eggs hatched and became purple chickens, and then they laid more purple eggs, and the rest is history. We keep trying to, kind of stem the tide of purple chickens, but every time we approach them, they hypnotize us, and that causes us to, well, it impedes our progress, let's just say, towards preventing the lair from being, completely overrun by chickens, which is, admittedly, sort of happening.
I see. Yeah. I mean, I can see them on the screen. You can't get them out of the way for long enough to even get on this call. So it makes
That's
sense.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. They're literally everywhere. We have
Um,
entire basements just full of purple chickens.
can I ask you a question? What do they taste like?
What do they taste like? Well, this is a controversial question, because we've got vegetarians, in the mix here. But I will say, that purple chickens taste like chicken.
Okay, they taste like chicken. Yep.
Like a lot of mystery meat. Let me just say. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like a glitch in the Matrix, right? Where everything pretty much just tastes like chicken, right?
exactly.
Um, and so we've covered a lot of impressive technology already, but there's this other piece of technology that I think demands some conversation here. And I'm just going to play the clip and then we can talk about what I'm getting at here. Let's check this out.
Multimedia experience meet cloud product. We have a lot of media going on around here, including GIFs, such as cool.gif. And that's a media type that we can really get behind here. It's cool.html. Yeah. And I'm coming at you on all available UHF, VHF channels. So if you turn on your CRT TV, you're going to
Wow. So yeah, first off, I know a little bit about UHF and VHF, so already right there, those in the CRTs, I know you're dealing with advanced level technology. That's clear to me.
It just
Um,
has that analog warmth.
Absolutely. And the right amount of radiation hitting you in the face, right?
Yeah.
And so the most impressive piece of that all, I think, is cool.gif. I mean, could you tell me a little bit about cool.gif?
Cool.gif. Uh, it's kind of a mindset, really,
Okay.
I would say.
Like a mantra.
Yeah, you want things to be cool.gif, rather than, for instance, being gross.tiff or poop.bmp. And that's what I have to say about things being cool.gif. Um,
Learning a
it's
lot here. Yeah.
Yeah, and GIFs are important. Everybody should have a GIF of something. And if you don't have a GIF of something, they're readily available on the internet. All you have to do is go to Google image search and type, I think, purple cool GIF, and that's one of the first things that comes up. I have been accused of shamelessly pilfering that from Mama Jove Ramajo's stream.
Ah,
Um,
okay.
gu- Guilty as charged. Absolutely guilty as charged.
Some great,
Mama Jove Ramajo quality stream. I recommend that you follow them.
great stream, Mama Joe, Brahma Joe. Good stuff. Yeah, absolutely. And so they have some purple stuff over there as well. But um, yeah, so I don't steal anything ever in anything I do, but I understand. I definitely understand. Um, and so, um, but I've already learned a lot. I feel like maybe I need to unlearn some of this potentially. Um, and I think we can get some executives help with that. In this next clip, you have an executive, I believe he goes by the name of Aaron Goldberg. He's a talented musician, modular synth musician, among other things. I believe you had him wipe some brains with you at a certain point. Is that right?
Absolutely, yeah. No, he's a member of the AV Club. Fantastic streamer, incredible musician, and brought brain wipes to all of us as part of
Fantastic.
this project.
Hopefully, he can smooth me out a little bit here. So let's check it out. Let's go. Very cool. And so in that specific brainwipe session, he was providing the music accompaniment. Is that right? The audio?
It was both of us.
Oh,
So
okay.
I live mix audio that is comes from a lot of different sources, mostly my own. I like to tinker around,
Yeah.
make some musical sounds, but that was a mix of a live jam, but between
So
me and
cool.
Aaron Goldberg there.
That's so neat. And so then you were providing the video on top of that. Is that right?
Absolutely, yeah. And there are members of the AV Club contributing video clips too, and so
Yeah.
you'll see those come by.
But so we have some of your visual stimulation, or should I say destimulation, going on in the background right now, right?
That's right. This is neural programming. You should be becoming is.
Are you coming? All right. These damn undersea currents here getting in the way a little bit. I lost a little bit of what you said there, but
Oh, sorry about that. I think that's surface internet problems.
damn
The
surface
internet is
hassles.
there's a lot of surface internet traffic, and causes all sorts of issues.
If only we could eliminate all those surface dwellers. But that's a whole nother topic. So, yeah, but so what what's your process like for creating visuals for these things, for the brain wipes?
Well, it's I was going to say it's a patented secret process, but we don't patent things because we don't really recognize the authority of the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. That's a U.S. thing.
It's
You know,
very
we're
much a
we're
surface nation there.
a surface country with surface laws, and they don't really apply to us.
But so at least we know there are some colors and images coming at us from you. What about the audio? What about the music that we hear, the soundscapes? You mentioned you collaborated directly with Aaron Goldberg. You were both providing some sounds. Tell me about your sounds.
Um, I hope you can play a clip because I got something that I need to take care of here real quick.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I have just the clip that should give you a couple minutes to deal with the undersea hassles, as few and far between as they are, they exist. But here, we'll be right back. Yeah. Those were the results of a collaboration with a certain executive I really wanted to kind of highlight with those clips. It's one man with many acronyms: AD, aka ZXCV 2020 XL. Is that right?
Yes, and thank you for pointing that out because we're going to be doing something at noon tomorrow Eastern on
Perfect
my
segue,
channel.
right?
Yeah.
And what is going on tomorrow?
Tomorrow, we're going to do a full brain wipe. It's going to be it's going to have visuals entirely by ZXCV 2020 XL, audio by me and the AV Club, and a full PowerPoint presentation explaining everything again and again, so that you can remember it after the brain wipe.
That's right. Sweet. That sounds fantastic. Yeah, and everyone check it out. It's happening all day. Fall Flow Fest is put on by Interactive AV and has a bunch of members of the AV Club, right? Taking part in it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm astonished at the generosity of the AV Club to contribute stuff to the project because we're building something, pretty exciting, and it's for all, key layer executives, including yourselves.
And so, yeah, where can people find more about the AV Club?
Well, that's a good question. I think you have to follow them. Uh,
Let's talk
uh,
about it.
the-
Who are some of these executives?
well, let's see if I can pull up the list. Um, hmm. Well, there's just a ton. I mean, I can I can start rattling them off. I'm gonna forget some of them.
It's
Antler
easy.
Jones,
Yeah.
Mind of a Snail has contributed stuff. Aaron Goldberg, CXCV 2020 XL, VJ PCAT, big collaborator. We do a lot of collaborations. Um, VJ PCAT.
It's
Gosh,
good
who else?
people.
Just tons
Yeah.
of people. It's a fairly long list, and it's in our Discord. We have an AV Club
Awesome.
category and an AV Club set of channels. If you want to join the AV Club, our Discord is the way to do it. I should have given you the Discord link, but we
But
can grab that at some point.
none of this is planned. So no, we'll stick around, everyone. We'll drop a link in the chat after this. But yeah, and it must be pretty confusing dealing with all these people. But you're a regular collaborator on Twitch, right?
Yeah, I love doing collaborations. So if you're interested in collaborating on some audiovisual layers that are ambient or glitchy or psychedelic or whatever, you just hit me up.
Heck yeah. And again, that's P Chops on Twitch. Follow him, and
It's P underscore chops.
yes, P underscore chops. Is that how I should be addressing you? P underscore chops? Is that
No, that is how Weird Paul addresses me.
okay? That's great. I love that. And so, how's your dog doing? Do you mind if I ask? Do you have dogs in the Undersea Layer project?
Yeah, absolutely. We do have dogs. Sorry, I was just my brain got a little bit wiped there for a second. We have a dog. We do have a whole basement for dogs in the undersea layer that's got plenty of dogs in it.
True.
Uh, but my personal dog, my pants and I have a personal dog named Tails. We've got an emote for Tails, and yeah, he's a feisty little guy. Plenty of space for pets in the lair, plenty of exercise areas for pets in the lair, um, stuff like that.
And so, after this, people come to the Undersea Layer project. They come to the orientation of the Undersea Layer project tomorrow. What do you recommend they do in the chat when they're there? How can they explore
Well,
the chat?
so we have a number of chatbots. We have quite a few chatbots in our chat, and there's a number of things that you can do. You can head to any number of basements using the basement commands, or any level of the conversation pit with the pit command. We have two bar commands, bar and bar two. that provide access to beverages. There's a wide variety of complimentary beverages available. And then we also have a store where you can buy virtual items for bits. It's a total scam. You buy the stuff with bits, you cheer a certain number of bits, you get the virtual item, it gets into your items list. You can exchange it with other people um,
I
if
feel
you
like
want to.
scams are pretty
And
popular these days, though. Like
yeah,
the scams
scams are
do
pretty
pretty
popular.
well.
So I thought I would jump on the scam train, you know?
Yeah, I think it's a good plan.
And it's helping us finance our interplanetary robot mining ship.
Ooh, tell me more about that. How much does that cost?
About $10 billion.
10 billion. That's not that much, right?
Nah, no, it's nothing. Nothing compared to our budget. We have a $10 quintillion budget at the Undersea Layer project.
10 quintillion. And like, so does that, what is like the world economy clocking in at these days? Have we gotten to a quintillion on the planet, on the
Nowhere
surface, I
close.
should say?
We, we've gotten nowhere close to $10 quintillion. It's more money than has ever existed in the history of humanity.
So that's not a lot to ask, I feel like, for the project you're putting forward. I think it's a pretty modest
No,
goal.
no, it's a modest goal. We have that budget so that we can afford all that luxury. Building a massive facility on the bottom of the ocean is not cheap. And we don't intend to skate. And even if you spent an enormous amount of money on it, it wouldn't be luxurious. You have to spend more than an enormous amount of money on it
More than
for it to
enormous.
provide the kind of luxury that all of you executives deserve.
How much do you think it costs to fund a day in the life of an executive?
Well, that's a good question because we're totally self-sufficient in the undersea layer project, right? We construct it, that costs money. We have to have some truck with the surface, where money reigns, right? You have to pay for stuff
Sometimes you got
on
to
the
make it
surface.
rain, right?
You don't exactly, but you don't have to pay for stuff in the layer, right? It's all paid for already.
Okay.
So, we don't, and it's going to sustain itself indefinitely. We're not going to need to, keep pumping money into this thing. No need for that.
So once you're there, you're essentially generating money. It just takes a little money to get it going and then bring in the executives.
Yeah, I mean, we have, you know, we've got the best people, we've got the best facilities. We're located right near a hydrothermal vent,
Ooh,
which provides us with free geothermal energy. That's a big part of why we're totally self-sufficient in the Undersea Layer project.
that sounds like
Uh,
something I could get behind.
Absolutely, I think we can all get behind it. You all deserve this luxury, and we don't want to spare any expense. That would defeat the whole purpose. Can you imagine if we did this whole thing to build an undersea layer which was just kind of okay to live in?
Okay doesn't cut it.
Exactly. It's totally pointless. And you see these submarine movies and stuff, and those are not luxurious accommodations.
No, no, no. They're
No.
sweaty. They're they're cramped. They don't have
Yeah,
great food. What about the
that's
food
right.
down there? We got potato salad. What else we gonna eat?
Well, I mean, you got to think about things in terms of this potato salad, right? Because the potato salad has demonstrated to us that our culinary department is capable of producing things that fundamentally, qualitatively transform the experience of eating into something luxurious in a way that nothing has ever been before. So, we could give you a simple grilled cheese sandwich, but you would eat it and your mind would just explode if it hadn't been properly brainwiped first, because the deliciousness uh, that you'll experience is again, people have been to five-star hotels. Some people on the surface even claim to have seven-star hotels, but ours is more. Did I say seven-star before? Because I mean ours is more like a million-star hotel,
Okay.
and with the attendant, culinary exquisiteness, I
The
should say.
the star scale has to be adjusted for the money scale. Once you get into the quintillions, you need about a
Exactly. Yeah.
million stars there. Yeah. And
You got to
man,
think of these star systems, like how how much per star, right? And then so when you've got $10 quintillion, you can just buy a lot of stars. You know, luxurious living somewhere other than the surface of the earth is just a problem you can throw money at, and we're throwing money at it.
That's fantastic. I'm going to help you throw some money at it. First, I feel like my brain is a little bit wrinkled from this discussion. I know that's dangerous, right? Having a wrinkly brain. So
Well,
let's
it's
let's
just no fun. You know,
no.
who wants?
And so I think let's smooth it out. Let's smooth it out again with a little clip here. I think this clip will help us smooth it out. Let's check it out. Very luxurious visuals on that. And so those were provided by VJ PCAT, is that right?
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. BJ Picat, amazing visual artist, and AV Club member,
And a
and
regular, right?
a key layer executive. Absolutely.
Key layer executive. Very cool. And yeah, and so tomorrow we're getting some brain wiping with the ZX. You can see VJ PCAT on there a lot. There's so many other members of the AV Club, talented people. I really want to compliment you on your collaboration, your willingness to be open to come on Civic TV and talk to me and just chat about this. And you're a great network for people here on Twitch. It's really fantastic what you're doing on your channel. Very cool.
Oh, well, thanks. You know, we're doing it for you, you know, so that you can live in luxury. I do want to mention, I've noticed some more AV Club members in chat, like the Village Ruse, Phobos Sapiens, contributing
Yes.
all sorts of stuff. Just want to mention those people.
Oh, and I should give a little credit to Phobo Sapiens for some of these clips because Phobo does the best clipping on your channel. I got to give him that credit. Yeah. And I saw his name on a lot of these. So, yeah, I'm going to see about transitioning us into another stage of the entertainment for tonight. But is there any parting words of wisdom that you want to leave us with before I try to navigate these controls and figure out what's going on here?
Parting words of wisdom. That's a challenging one. You know, I've got a lot to say. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to impart. There's a lot to reinforce as your brain is repeatedly wiped. But I would just, you know, stick to this simple equation. Compliance is luxury.
Compliance is
Compliance
luxury.
with my every whim in particular, right? Like in general, compliance is kind of a drag, right? You have to comply with stuff. Who wants to do that? But compliance with my every whim, you know, personally, is luxury. You
And
know, it guarantees luxury. It in effect is luxury, and luxury is something that you deserve.
and you know,
And
regular compliance is kind of difficult, but you make it easy for us, right?
oh yeah, it's just a command in chat, you know, and then you get a compliance token. So it's
Fantastic.
really about simple. It's free too.
Free. You hear that? The man with the quintillions of dollars is giving you free compliance. Like, what more can you ask for? I mean, come on. Like, that's cool. And so I am going to try to figure out how to safely end this transmission. Everyone, You know, it's been a little bit bumpy, but I think if I just press this here, maybe that was the wrong button.
Well, if with our budget, if the entire layer implodes, we just build another one.
Fair enough. Layers upon layers, layers of layers, even. Uh, and so it's really been fun talking to you, Mr. P underscore chops. And I wanted to know your thoughts on the upcoming film because we're going to break into this transmission with a film. It's what we do here at Civic TV. And we're going to watch The Abyss after this. And so, yeah, what about The Abyss? What made you pick The Abyss?
Well, I think that the abyss is absolutely the best place to live. It is better than the surface in a lot of ways. It's pitch black. It's got crushing pressure. It basically impossible to survive down there. And so that means that all the kinds of surface hassles can't take place down there. Now, you'll see a different kind of hassle in the abyss, a kind of a deep sea hassle. We're aware of those at the Undersea Layer Project. We've taken precautions. We know that things can get dicey down there, and we've got all of that taken care of. And I think you'll see some things in the abyss that are a little unrealistic, and we're not unrealistic at the Undersea Layer Project.
All realism, all science.
It is down to earth, practical, science based technology that we're offering to you. So don't be fooled by some of the whimsical, Hollywood tropes that you'll see in the abyss. We got the real thing. So I just want to point that out. But it's still very enjoyable to watch. Hollywood attempt to understand, the deep ocean. But we live there.
Far fewer whims in the actual deep ocean. Really, all you can do is comply when you're that far down in the abyss, right? Makes it easy to comply.
It's, especially when you're immediately served a charcuterie board and, given an expense account.
This is making me hungry, and I suddenly want to shop for things. But yes, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today. This has been
Anytime.
enlightening. Yeah. And yeah, thanks for being here, everyone. And let's see if we can safely make it to the abyss.